Hey guys, it's Eternal Hokage, welcome to the video. Even though I still don't know how I'm gonna name this video, the title should be pretty much self-explanatory. I'm gonna talk about Boruto Uzumaki and about a particular scene from the latest Boruto ending. Now, the reason why I made this video is because a lot of you guys have been asking me to create a video analyzing the ending. Now, I'm not gonna analyze the entire ending. Not because the ending is not complex or anything, it's just there are many symbolic things that anybody can see. Things that are very obvious. There's nothing too deep about it, which, two persons might have different opinions on, if you get what I mean. So that's why I'm not gonna make a full video analyzing it, and instead I just want to talk about the character of Boruto Uzumaki, as I said, and about that scene. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So first of all, I want to talk about a particular scene from Boruto opening 2 before I start talking about Boruto ending 4. So obviously at one point in this opening, Boruto is looking at Naruto, or to be more precise, he's looking at Naruto's back, which clearly indicates the fact that Naruto doesn't spend too much time with his own son because he can't do it. He's the Hokage, and basically Boruto is pretty sad about it, which was obvious in the opening and it's obvious in the series. And at one point, all of a sudden, we see teenage Boruto standing there. And the interesting thing is the fact that we see his back, which could represent the fact that one day he won't be there for the people that he needs. For what reason, we don't know. He might be on some other mission, he might be away from the village or something, but it clearly shows that he might be somewhere else. Let's say at a wrong place at a wrong time. Now, Boruto ending 4 obviously happened in the latest episode of Boruto, which is episode, if I'm not mistaken, episode 41. Sorry, episode 40. Anyway, in this opening, in this ending, two very interesting things happen with Boruto's character. So, first of all, Boruto is seen leaving his headband next to the family photos. Now, obviously, every normal human being, well, I'm talking about anime characters right now, but you get the point. Every normal anime, protagonist cares about his family, but Boruto's love towards his family is very unique and it is very, very strong. I've talked about this in the past. You should check out my video titled The Truth about Boruto Uzumaki. I'm gonna have it in the description below. Watch it after this video. Anyway, as I said, Boruto really cares about his family, for his parents and for his sister, Himawari. And him leaving the headband next to the family photos could mean that something bad might happen to his family, and it could mean that he potentially could go rogue. He could just leave the village because he might be a target of a certain organization. I can't spoil anything because of, since not everybody here reads the manga. But it's just the fact that it's next to the family photos just makes this scene very, very, it's very impactful. And it's like Boruto will be potentially forced to be away from his family. And if the current Boruto loves his family so much, something terrible might happen to him in the future that will make him be, away from his family at the most crucial moment, which is one of the main reasons why I think Boruto has a lot of potential as a main character. I think he's already a great main character, but imagine if he becomes a tragic hero, which is very likely. Oh my god, he's gonna be such a character. Anyway, shortly after this scene, we see Boruto and we see the destroyed Hinleaf village, which is obviously connecting, itself to the first episode where we see Boruto fighting against Kawaki and the entire village is destroyed. And don't get me wrong, I always knew that the village was destroyed. It was obvious in the manga and in the anime. But after seeing this shot, it's like, yeah, it's fucking destroyed. Anyway, what stood out to me was the fact that the village was behind Boruto. Let's say the village was a person, it would look at Boruto's back. And obviously, I already mentioned it in this video, in Boruto opening 2, in the second opening of Boruto, we see Boruto's back for a second. And I just want to add one more thing. In that scene, in the opening, at first, Boruto was looking at Naruto's back, and then suddenly it switched to teenage Boruto, meaning that there was nobody behind him, which could mean that he's alone at the moment, traveling somewhere, and many would say, yeah, nobody was behind him. But this may sound very strange, but for me this means that everything is behind him, because the fact that we didn't see anybody behind him could mean that, as I said, he's somewhere, God knows where, totally alone, and he pretty much abandoned everything, everybody, which is a really cool detail. This is just me analyzing it, and I think this was done on purpose. The fact that the village was behind Boruto, and this could mean quite a few different things. Maybe the destruction of the Hidden Leaf village could happen while he's somewhere else, in some other village or something like that, and then he comes back and fights against Kawaki or something like that. You have million theories. Maybe he was, traveling with Kawaki, because Kawaki doesn't look like a ninja, he doesn't have a headband. Maybe they met each other somewhere and then Kawaki decided to destroy the Hidden Leaf village, which is not the point. The point is, it looks like it all happened behind Boruto's back. He wasn't there, he wasn't able to protect the Hidden Leaf village. And not only there are many things that clearly show that he might become a tragic hero, but it's just the way that Boruto interacts with his classmates, his goals, his desires, to stay with his friends forever, which is obviously impossible. I mean, he can be friends with everybody, but you can't be, in a classroom all the time. As I said, his goals and his desires, it really builds up to this moment where everything, unfortunately, is gonna get fucked up. And Momoshiki himself said it. These blue eyes of yours, or something like that, will take away everything from you. And this word, everything, connects to my point when I talked about the second opening. Yeah, this scene may... you could argue that they just wanted to tease us with teenage Boruto. But the fact that we see his back and that nobody's behind him actually means that everybody is behind him, if you get what I mean. This is obviously just my point of view. I really want to hear your thoughts about this entire scene in the second opening and in the fourth ending. For me, the best scene was in opening 2, but the thing that happened in Boruto ending 4 just makes this scene from the second opening even more great. I'm talking about the scene where, Kid Boruto is seen in front of, the destroyed Hidden Leaf village. And obviously we have the little moment, which I already discussed about, when Boruto leaves his headband. Now, obviously, against Kawaki, Boruto is having a headband which is black, which means it's not Sasuke's. Half of the community says it as a fact that, Boruto has Sasuke's headband against Kawaki, which is incorrect, because Sasuke's headband was blue and the one that he was wearing against Kawaki was black. But in the second opening, he's wearing a blue headband. So, so many interesting, complicated things. Guys, I just wanted to share my overall thoughts with you about, these couple of scenes. Hopefully you're not angry at me for not, analyzing the entire ending. As I said, so many symbolic things, but they're pretty much obvious. I don't think that I can really say anything that wasn't said before. The only two things that I really wanted to discuss about were the scene where Boruto puts his headband next to the family photos, and the scene where we see the destroyed Hidden Leaf village behind his back. Anyway, that was your boy Hokage. Twitter and Discord links are in the description below. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button. Let me know what you think about this topic. This is a very interesting topic in my honest opinion. Anyway, if you're new to this channel and if you're into Boruto, consider subscribing. That was your boy Hokage, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.